had too much going on, just a little bit too much, because that chutney has a lot of flavour, but then so do the beans, and it's a really different flavour.
The question is it to brief? You think Lily's in trouble?
I think she's in trouble. 2 minutes to go, guys. 2 minutes. Plating, tasting, texture, ratio.
And looking at my dish like, for real. That's a massive piece of meat in there, so I had to take one out.
Oh, butter. I would order that on my food bag. Yum.
30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds left.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step away from your benches, please.
I could have done better. I'm just not happy with my plating up style. I think the gratin's too big. The plums are really quite tart, but let's hope the combination together works.
It's exactly me on a plate. This time I needed to push. I needed to step outside my box, which is definitely by cooking venison. Hopefully it's enough.
I think I've pulled out a dish that I'm pretty happy with, and it's quite a simple dish to produce, so I think it would work well with my food bag.
I thought I'm not gonna make it, but luckily I made it. And so I think it's very simple, it's very easy to make, and it's healthy, looks all right. Hopefully the judges will love this dish.
The flavours are there that I wanted. It was nice and simple. There's a bit of tarragon in that butter, so hopefully that will come through for the adults of the family group.
I wanted a nice, fresh, healthy dish that intrigued kids and adults alike, and I think I've delivered that.
There's no way I can hide the fact that the meat is overdone. I'm just hoping that the other flavours are enough to save me.
I'm reasonably confident I've hit the brief today, so hopefully they like it. Okay. Pork chop with parmesan polenta and an apple and fennel slaw.
How was that, Gemma?
Pretty good, thanks. Yeah, I enjoyed that challenge. The fact that we had a specific customer in mind, I took into account the fact that it needed to be kept relatively simple.
Looks wonderful, so if you can leave us the taste.
Okay, cool.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Gemma.
Thanks very much, Gemma.
I'm confident that Nadia will like my dish. There's a good balance of textures and flavours there. It's relatively simple to produce.
Gemma has really listened to the brief. It looks like something anybody could cook, so that's really important.
I'm looking at all those components. Every one of them I love. I'm excited to eat it.
Let's try it.
Looks great.
Doesn't that look great? That's the pink we're looking for.
This is what my food bag is all about. Polenta and fennel, slightly unusual ingredients that people aren't so familiar with, but if you cook them well and people eat it like this, they end up loving it.
It's slightly educational, but it's not confrontational, isn't it?
That pork is just cooked beautifully.
That's stunning.
She's nailed it.
What about that crackling? You happy there, Miss Nutritionalist?
I
A little bit of that
sure
on the side?
A little bit of everything in moderation is good, and it's been nicely salted too. Yeah.
Polenta, pork, crackling, salad. 4 elements. Easy, lovely home-cooked dish. That's the sort of thing I'd love to eat anyway.
What is not to like about that dish? Well done, Gemma.
Taking my dish to the judges, and fingers crossing that hopefully I deliver.
Wow, Leo, this looks exciting. How was the challenge?
It was quite fun. I had the classic bag. The dish is 5-spice roast pork with a spring roll, apple, and an oyster sauce.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Leave us.
Thanks,
Try it.
Leo.
Thanks, Leo.
Oh, I just love fun food element. Anything you can pick your hands up with and eat.
So that does look fun. However, it doesn't look like an easy weeknight meal because it's actually 2 dishes.
You're right, that's Sunday roast. This is fun food for the family Tuesday night. Should we try it?
I reckon.
That's pretty tasty.
The wrap.
It's really tasty.
It's delicious.
Bold flavours. Wow, it's yummy.
He's packed some serious flavour into those wraps.
Absolutely delicious. Even the apple sauce and the pork's delicious. You know, but it is a completely separate dish.
I could just eat lots of these spring roll wraps. I don't need this other pork and apple on the side.
I'm with you.
Today is not my best day. I struggled from the time I was given the ingredients. Moroccan venison with spiced plum salad.
Are you worried about it?
Obviously, I'm cooking myself. I know that the venison is not rare.
That is medium well, bordering on well done.
We know the venison is overcooked.
Yes.
But what we don't know is all the other beautiful things that you've done to this dish if they're going to save that venison.
Yes.
So let us try, Lily.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lily.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Lily.
I am very disappointed with myself.
The venison is overcooked. You have an incredible, expensive piece of venison. It has to be cooked correctly. It is the hero.
Yep.
I think all there is to do is to try it. Can I say it's not as bad as it looks? Would you agree?
Definitely.
There's lots of flavour in the beans.
Great flavour in the plum. There's good textures. I like the nuts through there.
That chutney is really delicious.
It's quite sweet,
Sweet.
and quite jammy.
I think maybe there's just a tad too much going on, just a little bit too much, because that chutney has a lot of flavour, but then so do the beans, and it's a really different flavour.
The question is it to brief? You think Lily's in trouble?
I think she's in trouble.
Competition is stepping up, so I needed to step up with it. I think I've cooked the venison perfectly. It's vibrant, it's wintry. I'd want to buy a food bag and have those ingredients because it's not too difficult and it looks beautiful on the plate.
Venison and plum. Where's the plum?
The plum is in the jam on the top, and I made a plum syrup that went into the cabbage at the end, and there's plum in the cabbage.
Great. So you tasted that plum?
Yes.
What was the first thought?
It wasn't as sweet as I thought. I was tasting the whole way through.
Fantastic.
Why don't leave us to taste?
All right, enjoy.
Thank you, Hayley.
Thank you.
I think it looks good. It's nice and simple. And that venison, I'm surprised. Her first time cooking venison. I think she's done a really good job.
I think we're seeing Hayley blossom. Should we try it?
Absolutely.
I like the way that she used the plum in a whole lot of ways and understood its tartness and the role that it would have to play.
When you taste it, wow, that plum flavour really comes through, and it makes the cabbage taste amazing.
Every element on that dish
Deserves to be
pulls
there.
together, works with it all. Star of the show, the venison, which she cooked superbly. How intense is that chutney? It just pops.
I've got a really warm, peppery flavour in my mouth, and it's great, isn't it?
Those lovely green broad beans and perfectly seasoned. We used the word harmony in the brief, and she has absolutely brought that to the table.
I hope there's enough flavour in there, but with 8 ingredients, there's not too much else you can do.
Is it a dish that you would feel happy to feed to a family?
Yeah,
or to your son?
absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
OK, we'll taste your dish.
Thank
Thanks
you
so
very much. I hope you enjoy it.
Thanks. It's nice and simple. It's something that anybody could cook, but it's going to come down to the flavour. Canned beans can be hard to get really good flavour into. So that's what I want to assess.
Let's try it.
I think it's a really well thought out dish. The breast itself is just spot on. Well, it's cooked, it's moist. The tarragon butter, I love tarragon butter. Beautifully well balanced dish. She's done a good job.
Beans are something that can be a bit polarising, but I think this would convert any bean haters into bean lovers. It's a really nourishing dish too. I think if Mum put this down on the table, she would go, I'm really proud that I've given my kids something delicious and something really good for them.
You're really solid cooking from Glenda, and I think that's what she's sort of a little bit become known for.
That is right on the money. It screams family.
Yep.